Today we're going to have a look at buying on terms, which is when you go to a shop or to a car dealership, whatever you're going to be buying, and you pay a certain amount of money back per month over a period of time when you buy something. So in the first place, I want you to have a look at these first questions. Please do the first questions. Once you have filled them in, there will be a link up here and a link in your Compass for you to go and put the answers into a Microsoft Forms, so I can see how you guys are going, whether you're getting them right and also that you are doing them. Okay, so having a look at buying on terms, we do have an example of this in your assignment. It is when you are buying the goods, when you're moving out, you pay back a certain amount per month. So if we go through this, you should then be able to do that last question on the assignment or that question on the assignment, whether you've done it or not. So let's have a look. We'll just go into examples. So example one, a computer costing $14.98, so that's our P, can be bought on terms for $300 deposit. So a deposit is what you pay. There is no deposit in your assignment, but in this case, a deposit is what you pay in the first place. You pay it straight away, and then you pay off the rest of the value. And there's 36 equal monthly repayments of $46.50. So what this question is asking us to do is A, calculate the total cost of buying the computer. B, find the total amount of the interest charged. You were doing that, both of those in your assignment. Calculate the amount of interest paid annually, what was the amount of money borrowed, and then calculate the annual rate of interest charged. So let's have a look. So in the first place, question A, if we just write down there, deposit was $300, and we had 36 monthly repayments of $46.50. So our total repayments are going to be 36 repayments times $46.50 is equal to $1674. And then the total we paid is these repayments plus the deposit we paid in the first place. So there's 300 plus 1674 is 1174. Repeating in your assignment, there is no deposit, so the total you pay is simply the number of repayments times how many you make. Our next question is asking us the total amount of interest charged. So the interest charge is the total that you paid minus the price that the actual thing was meant to cost. So up here it tells us the price of the thing is $14.98. So, we've just worked out the total we paid is $19.74. So the interest we paid on it is that $19.74, the total we paid, minus the price, $14.98. So we paid $476 extra. We paid $476 interest. Now it asks us to find that amount of interest paid annually because we need that to be able to work out our annual rate of interest, which is what we did yesterday. So 36 months is 3 years. So the annual interest rate is simply the total interest we paid divided by 3 is $158.67 per year. The next question is asking us for how much did we actually borrow. So what we actually borrowed was the total of 1974 minus that deposit we paid in the first place. So the amount we borrowed, you might say, was $14.98 minus 300, which is $11.98. So if we look at those together, we paid back $16.74 on $11.98, you might say. So now it's asked us for our annual interest rate. So the annual interest rate is just the interest rate amount, the interest amount that we paid per year divided by the amount borrowed. So what we paid for the year was $158.67. The total amount we borrowed was $11.98. So it's that times 100% because what we're after here is we're after a percentage of a quantity. What percentage is $158.67 of 11.98 per year. And so we put that in our calculator, times 100%, we get 13.2%. So there are several examples here for you to have a look at. This first one, these come out of Oxford, they're scaffolded. So they're all in the same format of what you just did, these first ones. It's total cost of buying the computer on terms. He's got, you're putting your deposit in this first one. So this 150 deposit goes in here. And then it's plus 36 times the repayments. Is going to give you the total cost of buying the computer. Total interest charged is going to be this, what you just worked out, minus the cost of the computer, 1230. The amount of interest paid annually is the total interest divided by the number of years. The amount of money borrowed is the balance owing after paying the deposit. So that was what the computer cost minus the deposit you paid of 150. And then the annual rate of interest charge, you're putting that together. You're putting C, the answer to C, over the answer to D, multiplying it by 100%. So this is answer C on answer D times 100% to give you your annual rate of interest. So these next 4 questions are all the same. I thought I had some questions there from another book as well, but I don't. So just have a go at those. See, these 2 questions 6. Do questions, you should be, some of you will get through all of them, but have a go at those for today.